Well, I have to admit, this is what we call a Marmite car. It's a Marmite car because you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Well, the first thing I can say about this car is it's got the most interesting design and layout I've seen in a very, very long time. Obviously, the French Citroen are known for being a little bit quirky, but there's something about this vehicle that I just happen to like so much. Let me start out with what isn't too good on this. The first thing I would say is, although it's quirky in its design, an analogue display seems a little bit, I don't know, dated. And the Rev Counter here, which is analogue, looks a bit dated. I think they could have gone for a more modern format, but maybe I'm just being picky, I don't know. But it's a great little thing. It's quite stylish. Carbon graphite imitation here. The buttons down here are a little bit at a funny angle, to be fair, and I think the information on the center console is a little bit hard to decipher while you're driving along. Now, the drive in this vehicle is surprisingly very good. The steering is razor sharp. The car is very, very responsive. Although it does tend to fray around a bit and bounce around a bit, you know, I don't think most people are going to be too surprised with that being a Citroen. The visibility is fantastic. There's only one issue with the visibility, and that is the rear view, the side mirrors are placed far too far down back towards you along the doors, and they really are very low and in front of you. I mean, technically speaking, the side mirror is about there. That's too near to the driver. So that's odd, and I don't quite understand why they're there. There's no apparent reason. The Rev Counter here, nice little spot, but you know, it could have been further up, because when you turn like this, you can't see it. Also, this centre part here on the steering wheel does not move. It's very irritating, it's quite disorientating. It's all to do with the airbag, you see, but really at the end of the day, this is a no-no, because as you're turning the steering wheel, this centre point here is not moving at all, and it just doesn't flow with the movement you're trying to perform. So that's really, really quite weird. It's not quirky, as in different in design, it's just weird and not good. So that's a flunk, definitely. But the actual drive itself, really quite cool. I mean, obviously this is a small engine car, but I like the steering. It'd be good for nipping around a town, even though you probably will be able to see what's in the side mirrors, because they're too way out of where you are. I really am surprised that they've gone for those design with the wing mirrors. Now, coming into fifth gear now, onto a motorway, immediately obvious to me, travelling at 60 miles an hour, that this car would benefit from a sixth gear. It's just 60 miles an hour, and it's running out of steam. I wouldn't like to travel a big distance at 70 miles an hour. It needs that extra gear. So many cars have it now. It's a fantastic idea. Stick it in. Seating position is a little bit odd. I do feel a little bit more like I'm sat in like a cafe chair in terms of the position. I do prefer to be more seated like a cockpit. The steering wheel does feel a bit odd, but I think, you know, yeah, it does feel like you're sitting on a bench a bit, but I think you just have to get used to that. The brakes, on the other hand, not particularly fantastic. You do have the ability to apply them at a gradient, which doesn't always happen with a lot of cars, because you have this grabby effect. So 10 out of 10 for that. They've done alright. This is an unusual car, but to be fair, it drives really, really well. It really nips along quite nicely. It's a little commuting vehicle for darting around a town. If you want it for anything else, this is not the car for you. It's quite spacious inside, plenty of headroom, and you can get 4 people in here, no problem at all. So this car has a lot of good points. There's a lot of good points which would help it to sell, but there's a lot of little strange idiosyncrasies which will irritate people. And the first thing to recap is the steering wheel and the wing mirrors. They're very peculiar, but I think you can get used to this car just like any other.